think we have some catkins here on this precocious hazelnut. Yeah. Some flowers on it too. Let's see right here. Here's a nice one right here. Now we got a little wind. Put my jacket over the microphone there on the camera, and we'll see if that doesn't mute the wind noise. But I pull up a chair. I got a chair. I'll have to get a. I don't use this cooler as a chair. What I have here is these are an elderberry that I believe is a cross between a Samdal and Nova, and quite possibly you could have some wild genetics into it, because I've got a couple of wild ones on the property. And I've got this tub here that I grew wild rice in 2 years in a row, but last year no wild rice came up. I think it's because the birds were eating, figured out it was food and were eating seed. But I don't want to dump this soil out with the idea that, you know, maybe some of these rice seeds are able to survive a couple of years before they sprout, before they germinate. So I don't want to dump this out just in case that can happen. That would be nice if I could prove it. You know, being as though there's nothing sprouted in here last year, and then if they sprout, that'll be big news, at least to me. But what happened was it didn't sprout wild rice, but it sprouted these reeds. They're pretty, so I thought, I'll just let them roll. And now I'm going to make another use of it. I'm going to take these elderberry branches, see if I can't root them in it. There's a lot of water in here. This does have a drain, but it's up about 2/3 of the way up the barrel, so when the water gets to 2/3, it drains. The water drains out of this little hole, weep hole. So I'm not going to have a problem keeping that water, because when you're trying to sprout, you're going to have to keep it constantly wet. It's pretty cold right now. We're not going to have a heat problem. And I needed to thin these things out. There was a couple of really big, thick, old branches, and I wanted to get them out of there. It gets to a point where you got them shading everything else out. I cut those big branches off, and they're almost like trees. And then I cut all these branches off of those big sprouts. I'm sticking them in here. It's definitely worth the effort if I can get some of them to sprout, because these had really nice berries. I'm trying to leave three nodules per. And if I can get a whole bunch of sprout, you know, who knows what's going to happen, but, you know, let's say best case scenario, they all sprout. Well, I got plenty of room up north. I'll plant them all up there. They might not be very adaptive to that tight clay up there. So then it's a idea that, well, maybe one will make it. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario obviously is none of them make it.